All right, welcome to yet another podcast and welcome to Epnams TV. Here we deliberate about things and then we educate, entertain, and then we also give you guys the latest in town. And today in the program, in the TV, we have an amazing guest which will be talking about our Nigeria today, the way dollar has started going down and then prices of things have not actually showed that dollar is already going down, and then the way some states have started this looting of a thing. So this is what we have today. So he has been in the TV, but for the benefit of those who doesn't really know him, so sir, can we actually know you?
My name is Anthony Onyebuchi.
Oh, Mr. Anthony Onyebuchi, you're actually welcome to today's program. So we want to talk about how dollar has started going down, but it has not started affecting the prices of things in the market, because it will actually look like the price of things is still the same and some are even still shooting up. So let me hear from you, what's your take on that?
All right, I'll begin by saying, has dollar really gone down?
Okay.
I would just say dollar has been subsidized. It has not really gone down.
To me, it has actually gone down from a fraction of things. Like we actually know before.
It has been subsidized from what it used to be.
What it is now.
Because okay, dollar was almost 2,000.
Yeah, it was almost 2,000.
And now it's currently at I think 1.3.
No. The black market is 1.15 to 1.6.
And then if you're buying from the main house, let me not call the name now. You're supposed to sell with no more than 1%.
Yeah, that's what they said.
So dollar has been subsidized.
Okay.
But then you will not begin to see the effect yet until probably maybe April or June.
Wow, that long?
Yes, people bought, traders, market people bought their goods, their stuff at a time where dollar was
high. Okay, so they are not supposed to bring it down, but they were
they are not supposed to. Assuming dollar was still going to go less than, because look at the future of dollar. You're saying we're selling it at a particular price. That is why I call it subsidy.
I think they said they're selling at 1,301 naira.
That is the subsidy. Now, it's more like you can go into a supermarket and buy dollar at 1,000. Assuming it has a tendency of going down, that stipulation will not be there.
Yeah. All right.
Now, there is another tendency again that it could still go up. Why? How many people will now begin to want to do the dollar business again?
No, I think the question should be how many persons can walk boldly to the central bank and then say they want to buy dollar and then it should be sold to them. I think that should be a major problem, if not maybe through you knowing someone who knows someone. If it is accessible, like any person can actually go into the central bank. I'm calling names, because they actually give the price.
Yes.
So if like someone like me and you can actually walk into the central bank and say we need a dollar for 1,301 naira, I think maybe it will do a big thing than saying it is some kind of persons that have access to that.
But yes, but then prices will not go down. I said April, May, June, thereabout, because we still have. For example, I'm a businessman. I bought 50 bags of rice. That is the Nigerian mentality.
Okay.
That is the Nigerian mentality, and one rapid way for things to rapidly and drastically go back to normal would be if we see a drastic drop down in the price. Let's say, for example, today dollar drops to 800.
Okay, I will pinch you wake up again. Actually, like a dream.
No, what I'm looking at is if dollar drastically drops down to 800, definitely somebody will go back to buy something at a normal price. Right. And he will bring it out to sell. If you are still selling with the mentality of I bought it when dollar, then you're losing customers.
You'll be forced to bring the price
then you're losing
down.
Customers. Now, going to what you're saying of we going to the CBN to buy this and that. Now, not everybody will want to go. So those that at least have bought something at a price will still want to see if they can capitalize on that before getting access
to the new price.
Right. So I think for a while now, the prices will still come down.
It will.
But for a while.
I was actually thinking maybe by now, like since it I think for the past 1 week or so, they've been a little bit down in price of dollar from that 2,000 to like it has been let me say, a little bit stable for a week, like it's 1415 16. So let's just say a fraction of 200 naira is off from the dollar. So I think it should have affected the market a little bit, whereby maybe something that is sold for like 30,000 should drop down to something like 29,000 or 29,500.
That is why I said it will begin to, though that drop you're looking for will surface when people have this guarantee.
Oh, okay, like we're not guaranteed.
That's why I told you dollar is now sold at a subsidized
rate.
Yes, assuming it's dollar is going down. Okay. It's like saying somebody said we should do this. Now, there is a tendency that tomorrow this person can also change what he has said. Compared to, okay, it's a natural something. Nobody said, but then we're looking at this thing gradually coming down.
I don't know. From that article, I don't know if they have actually released a date where they will start selling that dollar. I don't know if there's a date.
There is no date, but then I think if you go to the central bank and of course I cannot go how much I get when I go buy dollar, at this point. But then for the big dogs, for the big industries who want to go to buy, I think by Monday thereabout. But the main point is, if we don't see a drastical drop down in dollar, like that quick drop down, and moreover, this is Nigeria. Nothing goes down
easily. It's easier to
go up, and then
like when it comes to this country, like I said the other time we had a podcast with a lady, the other lady, I was like, this country is actually very, very confused. Why? Because we use two currency in one country.
We do.
You understand? So because of that, it has that way of changing things, because we're using two currency. I remember then when you say you have Ghana cedis, people laugh at you.
They see us Ghana cedis.
Ghana cedis. Oh, come on, you don't have money. But now Ghana cedis is actually pulling up weight. You understand? And then our neighboring country, Cameroon.
They are safer.
You're safer. What's safer? But now safer is actually gaining ground. Why? Because they're actually using one currency. Even if you have to go to Cameroon now, you must change your money
to safer
before you start using. But when it comes to that of Nigeria, you can use dollars in Nigeria, not really the naira. The dollar is even more highly esteemed, valued
than the naira.
The dollar. You understand? So that is one of the things that's actually making the whole thing going being the way it is.
I remember giving you an example. I told you of the man who has a car, but if his children wants to go to school, he books an Uber for them.
I was even also I think the last time I also remember I said even the Senate, they also have the way of
when we pass our bills.
When you want to pass our bills,
we pass it in dollars.
In dollars, we don't pass our bills in naira.
Well, let me just say it's easier to.
What? Because
to move in dollar than in naira.
The thing is that if you say it in dollar, it looks small.
Not even the small.
The amount.
Look at where I'm coming from now. It's easier to collect and put in your pocket in dollars than.
When I say $1,000. It's actually something.
It's a big money, but it appears small.
It appears small because it's $1,000. But when you want to interpret the $1,000 in Nigeria, in naira, so it's like 1,000 times the rate in which the dollar is. So you see, it's going to some ridiculous amount. So I think that's why. And then this thing has actually caused a lot of.
Let me surprise you.
All right.
I recently met somebody who said $100. Now in Nigeria, $100 is not a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money?
It's not a lot of money. Let me tell you, $100 will not buy you, going by the current price of a bag of rice now. $100, I don't know, but I think a bag of rice now is about say
80. I think it's about 80.
Let's leave it at 90,000.
All right.
Now 2 bags is 180.
180.
How much is $100?
That is 160,000 if it is 1,600.
Now in Nigeria is a big money, Abi.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, in Nigeria it's not a big money.
Yes.
Now if you go abroad,
all right.
Somebody said he went shopping. A friend was telling us he went shopping with $100, and the things he bought with $100, he could not carry it on his trolley.
Wow.
So abroad, $100 is a big money.
Big money, but here,
back in Nigeria,
it's
a small money.
It's nothing.
Because I tell you, take $100 to shop for a family of 5.
Come on. What I say, they will end up surprising themselves.
But that guy with his $100 shopped for his
and then
family.
even when it comes to their salary, you can't even compare. Because,
You can't compare.
Yes. For those who actually do online businesses, like some people that do their freelance scale or something like that, you'll find out that in a week you can actually earn $100 if you're good and connected. I'm just saying in a week.
That is why I'm telling you, it's a two-faced thing now. In Nigeria, $100 is small, but then in Nigeria again, $100 is big. If you are earning in dollar in Nigeria, it is big. If you are spending in dollar in Nigeria, it's small.
It's actually small.
Now, when you go abroad, it's vice versa.
Yeah, it's actually vice
versa. If you're
versa.
spending in abroad, is compared to where Nigeria, that if you're spending is small, in abroad it's big.
Big, yeah.
You know why? You know why it is like that? It is their own currency that has value.
Yeah, it has value. But here, our naira doesn't have value.
If you're earning in naira today, it is small. If you're spending, it is big. Why? It has no weight.
These things that actually cause things that actually now make the people start. Some people actually are waiting for things to happen so that they will actually take chances of it. When you check in, 2 states already has looted some things, some foodstuff from
trailers and all of that.
Yes, you understand. And then some is not because they are hungry, but they're just actually waiting for something to happen, something like this, because of their hardship. So they
can capitalize on it and
capitalize into it. And then when you talk to them, they'll tell you it's actually hardship. And then if things are actually done drastically about these things, I think it will start having effect. From the 2 states, it could actually go to 3 states before it becomes a movement.
I don't do politics, but at this point, I think I would love to credit our Adamawa State Governor Umaru Amadu Fintiri. We saw him. He's one amongst the 36 governors, and of course the Minister of the FCT who have. We saw him giving in February. He gave palliative incentives like. For every civil servant, he gave an extra 10,000. He gave an extra 10,000.
Go there because going by that, I keep asking this question. I think even the level Congress had rally or something like that for what happened. Then I begin to ask myself, both viewers, you should ask, what about those who are not working for government? Are they not Nigerians?
They are Nigerians.
How do they get their own compensations? That's my problem. When Labour comes out to protest, the government increases their salary. You get that? They increase the salary. But what about me that...
Let me hold you on that.
Doesn't actually...
Let me hold you on that.
Let me finish my question. Me and you that doesn't actually have that government working thing, how do we get that? And then the worst they can actually do is to increase our tax.
Let me hold you on that. Now, okay. Let's use Adamawa for example.
All right.
Adamawa is a salary state.
Okay.
Now, when you increase the salary, the traders in the market, the business owners, the shop owners feel the effect. Now, with this 10,000,
the effect of increasing the
yes,
but then the government also increased their tax. That's what you don't know.
Well, no. Well, it's beginning to sound as though I'm trying to become political, but I think it worth commending. Like,
yeah, exactly.
we should commend at least.
Yeah.
And if you check, you will say amidst the hardship, and even with that move, a lot of people are coming out to say, we thank the government at least. Yeah. Because if my budget for my family ordinarily from my 60,000 salary was 50,000, at least I can now increase it to 60,000 because of the 10,000. And if I was to go to the market with 50,000 to buy from you, I'm now coming with 60,000. And so you see, it's worth commending.
That's your mathematics, but it should be a topic for another day. We don't actually want to waste.
Now, on the case of that looting, I also think the government has to play a key role. The governor still talking about. I am being central because this is what I see happening in my state. We've seen him giving an order. He've restrained people from doing such. Now, the trailer you are looting is somebody's business.
Someone's business. That's what.
If you want to loot, go to the government house.
Oh.
Yes, go and loot the government house.
Oh, that's
you don't see people, businessmen who have gone out. We understand the fact that some of them they are waiting for when prices and all of that, but no, this is still somebody's business. I tell people, if you want to loot the government house. If you want to protest, don't walk on the streets. Go. That's the problem. You know, I when I saw the Labour people, I said, okay, this is good, but go stand in front of the government house, go to the different house of the different assembly houses and protest there. Because you're protesting, I am there, what will I do? So in the case of looting, I think government should tighten security, just the way Governor Umaru Fintri has done.
Oh, not even tighten security.
Tighten security and
at least find a way to improve those who are not actually doing anything. I think it's because they're not actually doing anything. That's why they were able to cue up their minds. And then also talk to the youths. We shouldn't use it as a tool,
an avenue,
yes, because it could actually endanger you. That's the truth. So we'll be wrapping up because we don't have a lot of time, and I don't want to wait a lot of time. So I don't know, maybe have an advice you want to give the youths concerning this looting, because I know that's how palliative started. It started from one state to the second state to the third state, and before you know, it's everywhere all over Nigeria. So what advice do you have to give them before we actually call it a day?
All right, just a quick one. Before now I was telling somebody, if you think you're suffering, go around and see other people. So what I'm trying to say is, this hunger is everywhere. Get your hand doing something. In our economy today, if you're earning 500 naira, it is small, but it is more honorable.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to loot, the governor in Adamawa has said, okay, if we catch you looting, it will be shoot at sight.
Wow.
What will it profit you if you're caught looting and then your life is looted? So please go out there. There is dignity in labor.
Yeah,
put your hands to work. From here, I'm going to work. Today, from here, I'm going to work. So
we are
going to work,
yes,
actually.
Yes.
So put your hand into doing something, and of course, one day it go better.
You will pay.
It go pay.
Yeah. So it's actually nice having you around again, and then
Thank you
I'll
very much.
still knock out your day because I love your personality.
Thank you very much for always having me.
From Epnams TV, I remain your host, Sunday Christopher Epunam. And then I will still say my doors are actually open for suggestions and then for things you actually want us to talk about. But this is our Nigeria today. And then from the studio, I want to say thank you for coming also, and then you watching. Help us share this broadcast and then comment too what you feel we should actually do and talk about. And from Adamawa State here, I want to say thank you, and then we're actually signing out, and then see you very, very soon. So from the studio here, we say bye bye and then see you next time.